Welcome back to Questing Beast. I'm Ben, and today for our 100th video, we are looking at the Kefitzah Haderech, the Incunabulum of the Uncanny Gates and Portals by Paulo Greco. This is a system-neutral portal book. Its main purpose is to create gateways to other dimensions and planes. You can use it for any system that you like. It provides the flavor and the destinations that you need to whip up a planar campaign. So if you're playing in something like Sigil in a Planescape-like campaign, this is almost a must-have. Let's look at what's inside and see why that is. It's a short little book. It is 32 pages long. Here's what our back cover looks like. We have some great public domain images that have been altered to suit the purposes of the book. Pretty much the entire work is done by Paulo himself over at Lost Pages. Lost Pages puts out a lot of really excellent stuff. One of my favorites is Wonder and Wickedness, which is a fantastic spell book. You can see my review of that right up here. It also put out Into the Odd, which is a great book that I have not actually reviewed yet, but which was the basis for the original edition of Maze Rats. So lots of great stuff coming out of there. Brief explanation of portals, what you can use them for, ways that you can create portal networks, relays of portals, groups of portals, can you see through portals? Just a great discussion of how portals will affect your game, your campaign in general, how it could create problems for you, but how it can also motivate players to into action, into creating links between parts of your world to make things easier for them. So we have lots of tables, which is mostly what this book is. Portal forms, for example. Roll some d20s here and get a portal form. For example, its frame might be made out of gold. The portal opening could be dark swirling smoke and extras. Maybe it's chillingly cold. Or the portal frame could be made out of living flesh, and the opening itself is psychedelic colors, and there is a faint oozing sound coming out of it. We have portal keys, which could be the whatever objects are necessary to activate the portal and connect it to its destination. There's a table here for creating esoteric names. For example, the blessed code of the inquisitive gate. That's mostly just for flavor. Portal constructions. We have a D10, and we have a lot of really fantastic ideas here for how you would actually build your portal. So let's look at some of my favorites. This is a good one. An ivy or honeysuckle sapling must be cut in twain lengthwise, and as soon as possible, both halves must be planted in the two portal locations, followed by a week-long ritual. If they both survive, 3 out of 6, they will be made to grow into a portal shape. A caster will need to give them attention once a week for a whole day. After 1d6 years, they will be grown to be working portals. No cost. So we have, this is one of my favorites as well. So the idea from this makes sense if you think about it. You need 2 casters summoning the same interdimensional being at the same time in 2 different locations. So the being is pulled into our dimension at 2 different locations at once. And then if you kill the being, you can have a portal going straight through its body. It's pretty gruesome, but fantastic idea. So the Portatron, the holistic portal opening generator. So here's some more ideas for your portals. What does it look like? It's a huge mouth with humongous fangs. Maybe it's a real mouth. Or it's a very big scroll. Sure, you can roll it up and carry it away. And you will find it set in a wall, standing in the middle of the place, in its own special room, etc. You need a d30 to roll on this one. I guess you could roll a d20 as well. And do you remember when I told you it was safe? I lied because what's crazy about it? A rainbow mist covers the opening. The other side can't be seen. There could be anything lurking behind it. It ages you. It burns. All of your magical stuff is left behind. Your stuff vanishes in the folds of the multiverse, scattered in bags of holding or portable holes. Surely even the key. A monster is near the portal. It looks exactly like the portal. Lots of ways to terrify your players and make portal travel dangerous. What does the key to this portal look like? Roll a d12 to pick a category and then roll within it. So, for example, a specific time is necessary to open the portal, or a certain emotion must be felt, or an event must fall into place, a falling star, a famine striking the land, etc. It's related to, and it's special because these have to do with the keys. If you even want keys for your portals, which you may not. Here's the meat of the book right here. The infamous D666 Quick Portal Destination Table. So this, you roll 3 6-sided dice, and then you look at the 3 results to get your result. And there's over 200 different portal locations here. It's not actually 666. And a lot of them are so much fun. This is the main reason you would buy this book, is so that when your players open up a random portal, perhaps because a spell goes wrong, perhaps because they just stumble across a portal and you haven't thought of where it goes, you can find out through this. Especially if you're in a city like Sigil where there's portals everywhere, this would be essential. So let's look at some of the fun ones. I'll just pick them at random. The private apartment of a lich, a dragon's lair, underwater, at the bottom of the Valkovian main water cistern, acting as an emergency valve. Water will flow through the portal. We have things like the empty basement of an opium den, invisible elvish ghetto, Amsterdam. There's a lot of locations that link to our world, usually in the past, somewhere in history. So if you enjoy historical settings, this would be a lot of fun. In the unit quarters of the harem of Caliph Vathek, an atoll in the middle of the oceans, a whale's graveyard, an asteroid in the astral plane, the airlock of a spaceship flying to an unknown destination, an ancient dwarven tomb infested with undead orcs, at the court of Asathoth. I am so sorry, is what the footnote says. We have in the sunken city of Relay, if that's how you pronounce it, Cthulhu's hometown. Let's see some other great ones. An escape pod in the middle of deep space, the locker of the wolf's lair. Some of them are more mundane, but some of them are more crazy than others. In a large bird nest located in the crown of a huge 40 meters tall tree man. What's some other good ones? In the trenches during the Battle of the Somme. In a prison cell under that black tower of that evil overlord. Insert evil overlord here. Cesspool of the Imperial Palace. In the bowels of an arena. At the perpetual time traveler meeting in a villa in the woods. On top of the cosmic pillar at the center of the universe. PCs will notice rubble at the top of the pillar, but each one disagreeing on amount and size. In the mind of the person that opened the portal. A bug planet in the Sistine Chapel. Due to the high mana concentration, all portals opening to this room will move between timelines so that a papal conclave is always going on. In the Garden of Earthly Delights by Hieronymus Bosch. That would be horrifying. The gaping mouth of a devouring idol. Leonardo da Vinci Central War Machine Warehouse, Florence, capital of the Florentine Empire. Downtown Necropolis. Undead dwell in the city. In the slums of Goblinburg. A city in a bottle. In a pocket dimension. In the Panopticon of Worlds. Enjoy the sights. Nowhere. The other side appears completely pitch black and opaque. What goes through never goes out. Stuff ceases to exist instead. Or hell. That's basically what this book is. We have some Appendix N stuff at the end here, summarizing the ideas and where he got them from. So we have things like Portal, of course, Planescape, Morrowind, Greyhawk, Doctor Who, and Stargate. All great sources of information for portals. This is one of these short, inexpensive little books that's marvelously useful for particular circumstances. If your campaign has portals, pick it up. I'll put the link down below in the description. Let me know if you know of any other books that have things like this, where we have descriptions of vast plains and locations and crazy gonzo-ness that you can throw your players into when they decide to step through portals. This is the only one that I know of, but I'm happy to hear about others. If you enjoyed this video, you can subscribe right over here and check out some of my other videos on my channel. You can join me on Patreon as well and join my other patrons in supporting these videos and me making more RPG reviews like this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.